Well, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I wanted to talk with y'all about it today. But first, let me tell y'all a story. So I'm chilling, watching the Lakers absolutely destroy Golden State, and then it goes to commercials. I think it was a promo for some Spartan Games type show, where they like crawl through mud and stuff like that. And there was this very attractive woman that appeared on my screen. Now me, being the sarcastic man that I am, I jokingly said, "You know what they say, if it ain't snowing, I ain't going." And everyone laughed, except one of my friends. I could tell he was a little put off by what I said. Then the commercial came on again, and I promptly said, "There she is again." And again, he looked at me, but this time he decided to say, "It's creepy to sexualize women like that." I looked at him and I was like, "How is it creepy for me to say that I find a woman attractive?" And then he was like, "Because women don't want to be sexualized." And then we got into a whole debate where he eventually saw my point, but I will explain my point to you guys today. First off, I grew up in a household where I was always told to treat women with respect and kindness, to respect their bodies and to treat them like they're an actual human being. But I was never taught how to communicate my desires to a woman. And that led me to believe that it was creepy for me to find women attractive. I would always shut down my feelings, and whenever I would see a girl that I liked or felt attractive, I would always just shut down emotionally. I was always scared to tell a woman that I found them attractive or that I wanted to date them. And you know where this led me? To the friend zone. Every single time. I started to get frustrated because I didn't understand why I could never engage in relationships that were more than friendships with women. But as I started to get more experience and I became more socially aware, I started to realize that the reason why I kept getting these same results is because I never stated my intentions. And not only that, I was never comfortable with my intentions. I don't remember who said it to me, but I will never forget a quote that was said to me. "You'd be surprised how many women will want to fuck you if you just tell them." Now, with that being said, I by no means am recommending that you just go up to women that you find attractive and say that you just want to have sex with them. But the idea of being more comfortable and open with my desires was a concept that I had never really thought about before. So, I started training myself, and I'm still in the process of training myself, to be more comfortable with my intentions and being okay with the fact that I do find a woman attractive. And though I still get rejected, I started to see a lot more women being more receptive to me, and I was getting the results that I wanted. And when this started happening, it all started to make sense. Which brings me back to my original point of why it is not creepy to appreciate beauty, and it is not creepy to be attracted to someone. I've had many friends that were girls over the past few years, and talking to them helped me realize how women are just able to be more open with their sexuality. Like, they will read books, they will watch movies, it's something that I will never understand. But for guys, it's different. Like, I'm not saying that there aren't weirdos and there aren't creeps out there, but there are many guys out there that are not taught about the idea of being comfortable with their sexual desires or being comfortable with just being attracted to women at all. They're told that, if they go and if they see a girl in a nice dress, that it's creepy and she probably doesn't want to be approached and she probably is going to throw her drink in his face. It's just not going to be a good encounter for them. But at the end of the day, we're just guys. And we have needs the same way girls have needs. And unless there's a major shift in societal norms where women start approaching men, it is up to us to find someone who will consensually meet those needs. I mean, finding someone attractive is a natural and biological and instinctive thing. Now, I can fight a lot of my instincts and a lot of my urges, but when I go and if I see a woman with a cute dress and some really nice glasses on, I am not going to fight the fact that I find that attractive. You know what? I'm going to take it a step further and say that women like to have their beauty appreciated. Yeah, that's right, you heard me. Everyone cares about their image in some way, shape, or form. Like, people can sit here and be like, "Oh, I do makeup for myself, or I get haircuts for myself, or I work out for myself." And to an extent, that all is true. But ultimately, no one can deny the fact that if someone appreciates the effort that you have put in to make yourself look physically appealing, you like that. Where I feel like appreciation can be bad is when that appreciation comes with strings attached or when it comes from a place that isn't genuine. Like when a guy goes up to a girl and is like, oh, you have a fat ass, oh, you have nice tits, or whatever it is. When it comes from a place where the guy is basically complimenting her so that she will have sex with him, it's not gonna go well. Not only are you not setting yourself apart, but in a way, you're lying because you're just saying something and putting on a false image that you may not believe. Whenever I compliment a girl, I compliment it because something in that moment compels me to compliment it. And when I give these types of compliments, I get a lot more receptive responses. I mean, this extends to anything in life. Like, don't just do something because you think it's gonna get you a specific result. Do it because it feels like the right thing to do. It's a very tricky line because even though women do love to feel validated, they also don't want to feel sexualized and objectified. Which goes back to the point of what I think matters the most is not what you're saying, but why you're saying it. As much as I hate to admit it, women have a pretty good bullshit meter. They've been approached by enough guys and seen enough TikToks to know what to look out for. So let's make up a scenario. You're out at the bar with your buds and you're watching the NBA Finals be boring as hell this year. And mid-convo of you talking about how Jimmy Buckets is looking like Jimmy Brickets right now, you see a woman talking to her friends. You kinda catch yourself staring, but while you're staring, you lock eyes with her and she smiles at you. You've had a few drinks and you feel confident, so you tell your boys, yo guys, I gotta go do something, I'll be right back. You walk up to her, the intensity's nice, you're feeling it, and you go and you say, hey baby, you look like you could fit 2 kiwis in your mouth at the same time. You are probably going to get slapped and get a drink thrown in your face. And rightfully so. But now let's take that same scenario and change it a little bit. You take the same approach, but this time you feel a little nervous and you haven't really approached a lot of women in your life, but despite all that, you go up to her and you still approach her. When you go up to her, you say, excuse me, I saw you from across the bar. I don't know if you were smiling at me, but I just wanted to say you're pretty and I wanted to know your name. She tells you her name, but unfortunately she tells you that she has a boyfriend. But she adds on the fact that she respects your confidence and actually introduces you to one of her single friends in the group. Both approaches were made, but the intentions were different. The first time, your intentions were to say whatever you could to have sex with her the fastest. For the second one, you intended to respectfully approach her and actually get to know her first. And this is where I feel like a lot of the confusion is made. Now, obviously, there's a lot of gray area because if you look like Michael B. Jordan and if you have Bill Gates money, the first scenario might work. But you should always approach with having genuine intentions. No matter if you're nervous, no matter if you're confident, no matter where on the scale that you are, you should always approach to build a genuine connection with this person. Maybe I'm a little naive, but I don't believe that women are out here to just be assholes to guys. If a girl tries to publicly embarrass you or berate you, then it means one of two things. Your approach was disrespectful, or she has trauma and she feels like she needs to take it out on random men. For the second one, that has absolutely nothing to do with you, and you should not take offense to that. And most importantly, this girl obviously has baggage anyway, and that is not your journey to deal with, that's her journey. I just don't want other guys to be out there and ashamed of the fact that they find a woman attractive. I mean, I've been in that position, and I still have some of those experiences today where even though I feel confident in myself, I get nervous sometimes because there are a lot of things that are projected to us through media that make it feel like we can't approach women. I'm really trying to force myself to stop being embarrassed by it. I mean, hell, gay people express their sexuality all the time. It's Gay Pride Month right now. Now, we're never gonna get a month. Not that we deserve one. But we should be happy with who we are and what we like. As long as you like humans and you don't like kids, you really have nothing to be ashamed of. So when I go on my Twitter feed and I see SZA performing in some of the most attractive outfits I've ever seen on a woman, I am not going to feel bad about the fact that that gets me going. Now, I want to reiterate that I am not saying you should go up to women and tell them that they have the biggest wagon of the century and mommy milkers. And if you do say that, you really need to start picking up on social cues. Maybe even check yourself into a mental hospital. So yeah, that's all I've really got to say on this topic. And I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope for a 6-foot gym girl who can squat 250 plus and is built like Lady Demetrius.